歌方の夢に抱かれて宵の月見上げたなら指先を少しずつ重ねて天にまた手を伸ばす
What's up, you SENRAN Neppers? This is Tito123 back with another unboxing video, this time of the Neptunia SENRAN KAGURA Ninja Wars Limited Edition, a game that I've already beat actually. How did I beat it? Well, because the limited edition was delayed, so in order to compensate, I actually sent out those who bought the limited edition a digital code, so that's how I've been playing, and I actually beat it before I even got this limited edition. So yeah, and we're actually going to be starting with the physical box here to start. So yeah, this is the box art, standard edition. Neptunia and SENRAN KAGURA join forces in this action-packed RPG. In game industry, the nations of Heartland and Marvelland have been launched into a battle for ninja supremacy for ages. However, when a mechanical ninja army known as Steam Legion invades, the two nations must form a truce against this powerful new threat. Now united, can the ninjas and shinobi save the world from total destruction? Yep, and there's screenshots of the game, and the waifus, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And something else I wanted you to pay attention to. With the focus. See that? They provided a reason for doing this with Neptunia Virtual Stars, but not here. What's the reason for this? I don't know. But yeah, well, I guess maybe to keep in line with the SENRAN KAGURA games, because none of those games had English audio. Only the anime did. But yeah, so let's get started, shall we? And inside the box, we have just the game disc. And, yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, kind of flipped around. Sorry about that. And it looks like we have a reverse cover art, something I didn't even know about. Wait. Are Oscar's boobs? Oh. Never mind. Yeah, there's a difference. There's the original cover art. Can you see the difference? Possibly. I can. I think. This with purple heart. I don't know. I'm not gonna pull it out, but yeah. That's what's inside the box. So no manual or anything. And now for the meat and potatoes of why you're really here. You're really here to see me unbox this. Yes, this is the actual limited edition part of this. On one side, we have the 4 ninja goddesses. And on the other side, we have the 4 honeypot shinobi. Honeypot. If you've played SENRAN KAGURA, you should know what kind of reference that is. So anyway... By the way, while I'm here, I just want to get one criticism I have of the game out of the way real quick. The only playable characters in the game are these 4, one maker character, and the 1 original character. That's it. No Nepgear, no Uni. And Uni is especially disappointing if considering the game's villains and if you've seen the true ending of Neptunia V2. No White Sisters, no Yagyu, no other characters, no Katsuragi, what's the other one? Katsuragi, anyway, there's no other SENRAN KAGURA characters So yeah, and they got like 20 of them, 25. If you count all the schools together, plus I really would have liked to have seen more SENRAN KAGURA here. But anyway, enough of that. Let's open this thing up. And it lifts up like this. It actually, unlike other IFI limited editions, it actually folds up. So the first item we have on the list is, well, it looks like exclusive trading card. So yeah, it's of the Honeypot Shinobi, and I'll talk about the characters in a second. And the next item we have on the list is the Steelbook game case for the physical disc. Once again, we have the 4 Ninja Goddesses and on the front, and the 4 Honeypot Shinobi on the back. Actually, if we fold this out, looks like, oh, and we have basically the leaders fighting it out, the one representing each side. And yeah, folds out to form basically one piece. Yeah. And the next item we have on the list is the official soundtrack. Because, that's good, because I actually really liked one song that I actually see is on here. Or at least it's one character's, Furinkazan Drive. I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, that's the track list. And, yep. And inside, that's what it looks like. I don't think there's anything on the other side of this. Oh, it's just a nap. Thought that would go with the shuriken motif that they've been going with throughout the game, and even the packaging of this book. Sorry, I spoiled something in advance, I guess. See, there's shuriken on the side of the box of this thing. Anyway, and the next item we have on the list is the art book. Or I guess it might be the last one. I don't know. Really? Feels like I should have got more, but anyway. This is the Art of Ninjutsu. So anyway, I will just flip through here real quick. And I guess we'll introduce all the characters, why not? So right off the bat, we've got, we'll start with Neptune. You all know Neptune. And you, of course, Purple Heart. The best girl, the best Neptunia girl, Noaru, and Blackheart, or Burakahato. Blonde, Whiteheart, Vert, and Greenheart. You all know this. But if you play Neptunia, you might not be familiar with the SENRAN KAGURA series. I myself have played both. I played pretty much all except for the recent, like the pinball game and whatnot. But everything else except for the second 3DS game I have played. So, yeah, we have Asuka, the leader of the Hanzo Academy, the Hanzo girls. Yeah, she's the leader of all of them. And we have Homura. That would be, she leads her own Crimson Squad, aka Homura's Crimson Squad. And, or no. Did I skip a page? No. And we also have Yumi, who leads the Gessen Girls Academy. And, Miyabi, who leads the Hibijo Clandestine Girls Academy. You're not seeing these backstories brought up in any of these games because this is a crossover, and only the leaders are represented here. So, and of course under their wings are many other playable characters, at least in, games like SENRAN KAGURA Burst Renewal, and of course, and like Shinobi Versus, and of course, none of those characters even make so much as a Easter egg appearance here, which really kind of boils my eggs. And of course, the narrative is more heavily focused on Nep than Senran Kagura, which, you know, isn't a bad thing, considering, you know, some of the writing is very much Neptune. But, I mean, it's been a while since we've had Senran Kagura, especially since Senran Kagura 7 was basically silently canceled due to Sony censorship policies. But I just really would have liked to have seen more Senran Kagura focus and representation here. But yeah. Alright, but that's it for the main characters. Now for some original characters. We have Yuki. In my opinion, the best girl in the game. Also in gameplay. Although one criticism I do have of her design is, well, just take a look. I don't think I need to point it out. Although it's very much compile heart of them to do. Moving on, we have Princess Aru. Oh, by the way, Yuki is the ninja servant of Princess Aru. And on the next page, we have Go the Crow, a silent and cool ninja. And, sorry, let me get my phone in order, more stable. Sorry, there we go, starting to fall out of my hand. I want to read this to you. I haven't read it myself. I'll read it along with you. A mysterious black-clothed ninja who lost her memories. She only remembers her name, possibly to find clues to her identity. She attacks any strong ninja she sees without hesitation. Her catchphrase is "be punished." And actually, Asuka actually has a catchphrase as well. Asuka, will show you a dance cloaked in shadow. And she says that, and that line is recycled since, like, you know, Asimo versus even, I guess, the original 3DS game. And speaking of reused assets, yeah, there are some. Not quite as much as I thought they would be from, like, Burst to Renewal and stuff, but, you know, Senran Kagura girls have their models and their super attack animations recycled, but that's about it. Find Kagura Ninja, it's be killed. Anyway, I brought this up because IFI has been promoting this character as an original character. That is incorrect. Someone on GameFAQs had to remind me of the fact that Japan has made it clear that this is not really a maker character, but basically a gender inverted, let's just say, version of a character from Acquire's series Shinobi-Do. I don't know much about the series because I played Shinobi-Do 2's Revenge of Zen on the PlayStation Vita, and I thought it sucked ass. Sorry, but it sucked. I thought it was a piece of shit. Anyway, moving on. There's Histoire, a small daimyo who takes 3 days or 3 turns, 3 minutes, 3 units of time basically to get shit done. And we also have Neptunia characters, IF, Compa, and we have other original characters for the game. These are basically your antagonists, Yo Gamer, whose voice actor is apparently really fucking energetic, especially when she starts saying the lines that are actually voiced in English, or more accurately, English, and Tatsuko. And, you know, there's Afimojis, Steam Max, also returning Neptunia characters. These two are originals, but yeah. And that's about it for all the characters that make an appearance. Oh. The CPU Ninja candidates, as they're referred to in the game, they make an appearance here, and in the little talk menu that you don't have to do to advance the game outside of, the tutorial cutscene. They're here. They do make an appearance, and even they wish that they were among the playable characters. Compile Heart, Idea Factory. Why? Why leave them out? Or, I guess, Tamsoft? Why? We just need more playable characters. But anyway, maybe I can upload a video talking about the game in more detail some other time. But, yeah. Anyway, that was the art book. Sorry for the rants. But, yeah. And the last items we have on the list are things that I thought were missing, but actually came separately from the main box and was in the USPS package that came in. So, yeah. This is, first of all, I guess I'll get these two out of the way. These are the two cards from, September, October for pre-ordering and what was supposed to be the ship date, I think. We'll flip one over, and it's for pre-ordering in September. It's Mary Skelter Finale. I haven't played it, but good God. Anyway, and the more relevant one is the Compa Style Ninjas card for buying something in October 2021, because it was supposed to ship in October on the game's release date, 10/26 in North America. But yeah. Anyway, the big last one on the list is this wall scroll. What is it? I don't know. So we'll find out together. Okay. I didn't expect that. Yeah. That's a wall scroll. I thought it was like of the figure art of like the three characters that you saw on the art book, but no, that's it. And that's all for the SENRAN KAGURA Neptunia Limited Edition unboxing, or Neptunia SENRAN KAGURA Ninja Wars, whatever. All right. And if I could just talk about the game a little bit, it's not, or if I could spoil it a little bit. It's not the worst Neptunia game or SENRAN KAGURA game. I mean, I just wish that, the narrative was a little bit more on the SENRAN KAGURA side. But, anyway, the other thing I wanted to mention is that, they did have to, take out things like the dress spray, because, PS4, Sony censorship, that's kind of expected. But, I might save my actual thoughts for a dedicated video or something, but, it's not the worst. It's still fun to play, but not quite as good as, or as varied as SENRAN KAGURA was. But anyway, or like any SENRAN KAGURA game, like Burst Renewal, etc. is. Anyway, this is TJob123 signing off, and have yourselves a good one. And stop Nap Nap from being Nap Nap.